Factor cap. The Eagles are still the best team with Minshew at quarterback.
No.
Let's move into some factor caps. We got a whole bunch going here. We're going to talk about the Eagles-Cowboys game. We're going to talk about some other topics. Let's talk about, just for context really quick.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts yesterday, we found out that he is Hurts. So he's not going to be playing, or we think he might not be playing against the Cowboys this week. So we're going to talk about that a bit. So factor cap. The Eagles are still the best team with Minshew at quarterback.
No. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry. See, Patty's even shaking his head. Because he knows Big Cock Brock Purdy is going to be slinging it around the playoffs. He's going to be there. He's better than the Cowboys. The Niners aren't losing to the goddamn Jaguars, I'll tell you that much. And the Eagles don't stand a chance.
Y'all lost to the Bears. Y'all lost to the Bears.
Yeah, week one, bro.
And
week one with a quarterback that's not even our quarterback anymore. We got
y'all lost to the
Cock
Falcons.
Brock,
Okay. All right. Okay.
What do you think, Felipe?
Big Cock Brock ain't making those stupid decisions and interceptions like Dak's been doing.
The interceptions aren't on Dak, as we talked about yesterday. But I agree. I don't think the Eagles are the best team right now. It's weird for me to say because the Cowboys haven't been looking as hot the past couple of weeks. But I think it's the Cowboys. You're dealing with one team that doesn't have a true quarterback in Brock Purdy. You're dealing with another team that is going to now have Gardner Minshew at quarterback. And so by default, I hate to do it. I think the Cowboys are, and I don't want to put them there. I don't feel confident in putting them at number one right now because they haven't been playing it like it the past couple of weeks. They've blown a couple leads, but I'm just going to go with it because I can't trust in the other two quarterbacks.
Was this in the NFL or the NFC?
I only said best team. So
you're telling me you're putting the Cowboys over the Chiefs and the Bills?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said NFC.
No, I just said best team.
Too.
Oh, no. So I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs above the Cowboys. I got the Bengals above the Cowboys. So I got a couple teams up there.
What about you, Pat?
I was going to say, I thought you said NFC. If we're talking NFL, I'd take Bengals, Chiefs probably ahead.
Yeah, that's cap. I think, Hurts is the MVP for a reason. When you lose the MVP from your team, I don't think you still have the best team in the league. That's why he's the most valuable player because he brings that to a team, makes them 13-1. I think we would still be a playoff team. But I don't think we're the best team in the league anymore. Even though our defense is unbelievable, 15 sacks in the past few weeks is the most in the NFL. But I think Minshew's came in and done a good job every time he's got called up. So I don't think we'll, lose the last few games and not get the bye spot. But it'll just be enough time for Hurts to get back.
Here's a take for you, Patty, that I was thinking of. Obviously, Hurts is the MVP this year. If, I don't know anymore now that he's hurt. It's kind of tricky with that. But I think we're kind of going to see the fact that Hurts is a bit of a system quarterback once Gardner Minshew comes in. Because Gardner Minshew, I think, is about to ball the fuck out. This is no discredit to Jalen Hurts.
Did you say
Gardner's
yes?
going to ball the fuck out in the last
agree?
few weeks of the season. People are going to be like, maybe Jalen Hurts is only playing well because he's got two stud receivers. He's got a really good offensive line, a really good running game, good play calling. He's fit. We've always said, he's fit perfectly for the system. I think Gardner Minshew also is going to ball the out.
That's sort of my question, honestly, of saying can the Eagles actually be the system to plug and play a different quarterback? So does this
They've already
actually
done that.
Will this actually affect how the Eagles perform?
Look, I think they have a great system. I've talked about the system. I think it's great. It's based off of the run. They have a great defense. Patty's right. They do lead the league in sacks in the past few weeks. The Cowboys come in second because they've really slowed down. So, I think the Eagles can win games. I think they're a playoff team, like Patty said, without Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts takes them to the next level. I just don't know if the Eagles are taking the top off of any defense with Gardner Minshew. But I do think Gardner Minshew is good at. Last year, I thought Minshew was better than Hurts. But obviously, Hurts has improved so much. So I think where this puts the Eagles is a top 3 to 4 playoff team. I don't think, or top 3 to 4 NFC team. I don't think that changes. And then let Hurts get healthy. I don't know how long is he out for. Do we know that? When he comes back, they're going to be right back where they left off.
Patty, do you know how long Hurts is out for? Any idea?
They said 2 weeks. I would like it. If we win this game this weekend, I would like it to be the rest of the season. Rest them up, get a bye. That would be like a whole month to rehab. But I heard 2 weeks. So, but
yeah.
You know, Felipe knows. I knew the Hurts news early in the afternoon.
I heard. He
Yeah,
told
yeah.
us.
See, I didn't want to blow up your spot, but yeah, you definitely hit me with a little on the down low, like Jalen Hurts might be dealing with something right now. And then I remember seeing like Adam sent over the Schefter tweet like 45 minutes later, and I was like, wow, we got the real Schefter here. We got the real inside scoop. So.
But you just said Jalen Hurts is going to win the MVP or is the MVP. If Gardner Minshew comes in, they beat the Cowboys, and he does perform, does that discredit what Jalen Hurts has been able to do in some capacity, knowing that the system was able to be somewhat of a plug and play?
I'm curious what Patty thinks, but in my opinion, it has to discredit a little bit.
It's the first thing I thought
Eagles fan.
was if Minshew beats Dallas, I think Burrow or Mahomes is gonna get the MVP. So it's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But if we get smoked, it's just going to show how valuable Hurts is.
I agree.
As an Eagles fan, would you obviously want to beat the Cowboys, right? But you also want Hurts to win the MVP. So, would you rather Minshew beat the Cowboys or
Yeah, I mean, it's not just having just so you can call your player the MVP isn't worth potentially losing a bye or anything like that. So
yeah,
I thought you were going to say
Eagles
just
fans are
potentially
crazy about
and it would make the Cowboys look so bad if Minshew came in and beat them. So I'm all for this win this weekend.
For sure. No, look, I know we got to move to the next one, but it's a lose-lose for Jalen Hurts now because if Gardner Minshew wins, then yeah, it's like, wow, it maybe was a lot of the system. If Gardner Minshew loses, you should just sit Jalen Hurts for the rest of the games, and that's going to hurt his MVP case anyway. So I think he doesn't win the MVP now going forward. Doesn't mean that he hasn't been the MVP up to this point. But what sucks for the Cowboys and Eagles this year, I mean, I wanted to see a fully healthy Eagles team because I think that's a test. That's a test to see who really is the best team in the NFC East and therefore in the NFC really. And we saw the first game, Cooper Rush was playing, Dak wasn't it? So we're not going to see a fully loaded, fully capable matchup game this whole year. And then hopefully we see it in the playoffs, and it'll be that much more exciting.
Quickly, because we got 5 here. Fully healthy, Eagles versus Cowboys. Who's the better team?
I think the Eagles.
Patty?
Eagles, easy.
I go Eagles now based off consistency.
Jake?
Yeah, I think Eagles too because that defense has been really solid recently.
Yeah, the Cowboys' injuries have been killing them lately.
Well, that did not go.
I mean,
how
Cowboys
expected.
almost lost to the Texans. They almost have 2 losses to really bad teams. So
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's saying the Eagles got this padded schedule, but they always take care of business. You know, even cover the spread most of the time. So
real quick on that point, like what we were talking about earlier. So there's I'd say there's 3 to 4 teams in the NFC that you could say are the best one. How would you rank Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Vikings? Is that does anyone have the Vikings possibly?
You just said it.
Yeah.
You just said it. You just read it.
That's not how I would do it, but
for me, I would rather play the Cowboys than the Niners. So I would go Eagles, Niners, Cowboys, Vikings.
I agree.
that's how I would do it. That's my same list.
Disagree with our takes? Let us know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and go check out Patty_cuts on Instagram. He cuts every single NFL athlete known to man.